The industrial area of the CEME Group includes two production hubs. The Italian hub, with over 1,000 people, is divided into 4 production sites in Trivulzio, Tarquinia, Collico and Cavinago. The Chinese hub, with over 800 people, is made up of Zhongxian plant. In recent months, we have been going through an important phase of expanding the production areas at the group's main sites. In the last 3 years, we have implemented an investment plan, especially in automation, focused on increasing efficiency and expanding production capacity to meet the challenges of the growth of the reference market. Trivulzio is the Italian headquarters serving the European coffee market. On a production area of 25,000 square meters, and thanks to more than 250 employees, we produce 25 million solenoid pumps and 9 million solenoid valves per year. One of the strengths of the plant is the verticalization of the process. The production of coils and the complete assembly of pumps and valves takes place internally. In the last 3 years, the plant has achieved a 25% increase in productivity, thanks to a great effort to reduce waste and investments in automation amounting to 18 million euros.
The team at the Trivulzio plant consists of 180 production line workers and 70 employees divided between maintenance, logistics and quality. The production process is organized in 3 shifts and guarantees us a daily output of 130,000 pumps and 40,000 valves, about 1 valve every 2 seconds. The total waste of the plant is 2%, which is constantly being reduced thanks to investments in new technologies and continuous training. Let's take a look at the process of making a solenoid pump at the Trivulzio plant. The solenoid pump consists of 2 main elements: the coil, which is the electrical part, the pump body, which is its mechanical heart. Let's see how solenoid pump coil is produced. In the coil production department, production cells have been developed that integrate all the stages of coil assembly with the winding system, equipped with electromagnetic transport systems and high-speed windings. This has enabled us to double productivity compared to previous technologies and to cover almost all internal requirements. The production process starts with the winding of the spool. The fully automatic machine, like a loom, pulls the wire from inside the spool and winds it onto the spool to which the fasten terminals have been inserted, which are the electrical terminals to which the customer will connect his system. Once the correct number of turns has been made, the 2 ends of the wire are soldered to the fasten terminals. Electrical tests are carried out on 100% of the coils to ensure product quality and process reliability. Our robots place this first part of the semi-finished product in special preformed trays to ensure that 2 coils can never touch each other. During this phase, the wire, although insulated, could be damaged by accidental contact. Once the entire pallet has been produced, the process continues towards overmolding. During the overmolding phase, the plastic material is injected. Using automatic machines, the coil is completely covered and electrically insulated. This phase is completed by the removal of excess plastic and a new electrical test. After these tests, the coils are placed back into their trays. At this point, the coil is complete but must be left for a few hours to allow it to cool internally. Let us now see how the second main element of the solenoid pump, the mechanical part, is made. All the components of the pump body arrive at the department sealed to ensure maximum cleanliness and therefore minimum contamination from the environment. The components are placed inside vibrators that move them around the machine. Once assembled, the individual pump body is placed in plastic crates to ensure compliance with strict food standards. Once the coil and the pump body have been obtained, assembly and final testing can continue. The mechanical components are inserted into sealed vibrators while the reels are taken from their trays and placed on the loading belt. The machine performs all the mechanical assembly of the solenoid pump, carrying out various checks to guarantee the reliability of all the work phases. Each solenoid pump passes through the testing stations, where hydraulic tests are carried out using the operating parameters requested by our customers. To ensure maximum traceability of the process and the components used, products that pass this stage are given a label showing the type of solenoid pump, batch number, production line, date, and time. At this point, the pump is complete and is packed, ready to be shipped. An overpack is applied to every single parcel, showing the customer's name, article code, package quantity, batch number, all accompanied by a barcode and QR code. Let us now look at the process of making a solenoid valve. The solenoid valve consists of two main elements: the coil, which is the electrical part, the valve body, with the mobile core inside. Together, they make up the mechanical part. Let's see how a coil for a solenoid valve is produced. Also in this process, integrated and high-performance solutions have been developed, which combine the assembly of the spool, the winding of the wire, and the final overmolding of the coil in single production cell. All stages of the process and every single coil are 100% controlled. At the end of the process, our robots place the spools in plastic boxes to be sent to the assembly departments. An essential mechanical part of a solenoid valve is the mobile core located inside, which allows the passage of fluids. It is manufactured on highly automated machines which check every single component before and after assembly to ensure high production standards in the subsequent assembly stages. All the components of the valve are housed inside vibrators or preformed trays so that the robots can pick them up. The machine performs all pneumatic and electrical tests 100%. Once this last part is completed, the solenoid valves are identified with the technical data of the product by laser, marking directly on the coil. The valve can now be packed and, also with an overpack containing all the information, sent to the customer.
The Tarquinia plant is the heart of the mechanical processing of steel and brass components for the group's assembly sites. On a production area of 6,500 square meters, and thanks to more than 200 employees, about 100 million pieces are processed per year. The pursuit of operational excellence and the investments made over the last 2 years have led to a growth in production capacity of over 70%. The Tarquinia plant represents excellence in terms of expertise and technology. For this reason, in addition to the space requirements linked to market growth, we have planned to invest in a new production site, currently under construction, in line with the most modern standards of sustainability and energy saving.
The plant is organized by departments: mechanical, CNC, grinding, brass transfer, washing and passivation, and welding and production activities are carried out on a continuous cycle 7 days a week. The current workforce includes 150 production operators and 58 clerks and technicians. The components produced are: 1. Steel pistons for solenoid pumps with a daily output of 140,000 units. 2. Mobile cores for solenoid valves with a daily output of 52,000 units. 3. Fixed course assembly for solenoid valves with a daily output of 26,000 units. 4. Brass bodies for solenoid valves with a daily output of 8,650 units. The The entire production is destined to the other factories of the CEME Group for final assembly. To guarantee quality standards, all the production processes in the plant have a homogeneous management system. We manage the traceability of materials using an MES system that allows us to maintain batch matching from the raw material to the finished component. Dimensional controls are carried out with frequency sampling of the components being processed. Internal logistics are on a pool basis, i.e. pulled and delivered to workstations as required. A sales and operations planning process ensures that resources are balanced and production orders are scheduled. In addition, thanks to continuous training, we can count on flexible operators who are therefore able to work on different workstations. In order to ensure proper plant efficiency and at the same time guarantee proper management of plant downtime, we have implemented preventive maintenance on a quarterly basis. Let's now take a closer look at the machining process. We are in the mechanical turning department. This is where we produce pistons for solenoid pumps on multi-spindle machines. These allow the steel bar to be machined by removing shavings to produce the finished component. The machining cycle is divided into several stages that run simultaneously, enabling high production rates to be achieved. The semi-finished product exiting the multi-spindle machines is transferred to the washing and passivation department, where the following operations are carried out: degreasing of the components using washing machines to remove residual oils from the machining process, subsequent finishing of pistons on a deburring machine, anti-corrosion treatment carried out on passivation plant, followed by final packaging. Also in the mechanical turning department, mobile cores are machined on a mechanical transfer machine. The first step is to insert a copper coil into the fixed core. In the second stage, the fixed core and coil are joined together by welding. The finished component, known as the assembled coil, is then packed and shipped. As far as brass bodies for the production of solenoid valves are concerned, machining takes place in the brass transfer department, with both mechanical and numerical control machines. All machining operations produce metal scrap from which oil can be recovered. In order to perform this process, CEME has implemented a machining process that allows the cutting oil to be filtered from the swarf and the metal residue to be resolved. The space requirements for the new machinery purchased to support the growth of the 3-year period led the CEME Group to decide to invest in a new factory. The condition of a greenfield design constitutes a unique opportunity to restructure production processes with a view to flow and significantly improve operational performance. Last but not least, innovative solutions will allow an improvement in energy management with a focus on sustainability issues.
In the Coil and Cavenago plants, the CEME Group mainly produces valves for industrial applications and for the professional market of the beverage world. The ODE plant covers an area of 5,500 square meters with about 230 employees. The ACL plant in Cavenago covers an area of 2,000 square meters with 30 employees. Both production facilities are characterized by high production flexibility and reduced lead times to best meet our customers' needs.
The Coil plant is the production and development center for Ode-branded valves for the industrial sector. The strength of the plant is the assembly department, where 70 people work with a production of more than 10,000 valves per day. department consists of 20 assembly lines, mainly manual, which guarantee a high degree of flexibility. Each table is equipped to handle different types of solenoid valves. With very fast tooling times, it is possible to change the type of solenoid valve being processed. Semi-automatic lines guarantee a higher production capacity for higher volume products. A specially equipped line is dedicated to the assembly of manifolds, a particularly complex product developed by Ode in collaboration with the customer. Each line is computerized and connected to the company's database, which contains all the information necessary for the operators to assemble the finished product. Traceability of the components is guaranteed through the management of a barcode system. Control instruments are also installed on each assembly line to ensure 100% testing of all our products. A weighing system checks the weight of each box before it is sent to the shipping department. The barcode system is also used in the shipping department, which allows orders to be checked before they are sent to the customer. Pre-assembly of the larger volume sub-assemblies is ensured by automatic machines. To support assembly, there is the mechanical workshop, where around 40% of the turning components are manufactured. Organized in 3 shifts, 60 operators work in the workshop. The main components produced are tube guides on multi-spindles, fixed and moving cores on CNC lathes, and valve bodies on transfer machines. Steel, brass, aluminium, and plastics can be machined in the workshop. The main machine tools are equipped with automatic loaders or serviced by humanoid robots. Automatic machines provide for the manufacture of coil assemblies. A small area is set aside for finishing the parts with 100% visual inspection. The workshop has a dedicated area for the creation of prototypes. In ACEL's Cavinago plant, there is another assembly department with around 20 operators. The structure of the assembly lines and the information system is the same as in Colico, as in the type of solenoid valves assembled.
The Chinese hub, with over 800 people, is made up of Zhongshan plant. This is where the production of solenoid pumps and solenoid valves for the Asian coffee market is concentrated, with an annual volume of 18 million pumps and 3 million valves. The production process is highly verticalized, with molding of plastic components, complete production of coils, and complete assembly of pumps and valves. Investments over the last 3 years in automation, developed in-house, have enabled the plant to achieve a high increase in productivity and a reduction in manual processes.
Zhongshan plant is CEME's production facility in China. The plant occupies an area of 13,800 square meters with a production area of 16,800 square meters spread over 4 floors. The factory team consists of 410 production staff and 70 employees divided between supply chain, technical area, maintenance and quality. Through a production process organized to cover 24 hours per day of production, we guarantee a production output of 18 million pumps per year, 3 million valves per year, to better serve the Asian market. The production plant is currently undergoing a phase of expansion and reorganization of processes, which will bring the production area up to 40,000 square meters on 8 floors. The production process in Zhongshan is highly verticalized. We produce the plastic components and coils in-house and fully assemble the pumps, valves, and flow meters. The assembly process in the last 3 years has undergone a rapid development of automation in line with the standards developed in Trivulzio. To support the production of plastic components, we have developed an in-house area where we design, manufacture and maintain molds. This helps us to maintain high productivity and quality in the plastic component and over-molded coils. The Industrialization Department for Products and Processes is one of our strengths. Our team of technicians is now able to design and implement automations that support the growth of production capacity by improving the efficiency and quality of the process. The quality of our products begins with incoming controls, with a reinforced control at the arrival of the components. Controls that we continue throughout the production process until shipment.